Dogs. Man's best friend. His greatest achievement. His finest of furry companions. Among the ranks are purebreds, mixed breeds, and mutts alike. Wait, how can one know which is which? The American Kennel Club recognizes roughly 175 specific breeds, but without pedigree, detailed history, or DNA tests, it's impossible to tell the differences. And yet, we find ourselves spending thousands on purebreeds and papers providing evidence of that fact. While some question which breed is strongest, fastest, or most intelligent, I find myself asking, what is the purpose of the modern purebred? Oh hey look, it's me. I'm Hans, and this is where I work. And this is my dog, Elfi. Elfi is a mixed breed. When I decided to get a dog, I had made up a list of traits I was looking for. I wanted a highly trainable dog, over 100 pounds at least, that stayed close on a walk. Fairly easygoing, borderline lethargic. I wanted a dog to be confident, an attention seeker wouldn't have been too bad either. After a lot of research, I found that what I was looking for, among other breeds, was something between a Pyrenees and a poodle. After searching the web, I found a litter in Idaho. I perused the litter of puppies and found the perfect dog. The thing is, physical and behavioral genetics are really hit and miss, and what I ended up with is Elfi. Of course, Elfi isn't a purebred. This film is about purebreds. Sorry, Elfi. So, what is a purebred exactly? To understand that, we need to take a step back. No, way back. Roughly 30,000 years ago, this man, or woman, and this wolf became friends, despite frequent warnings from parents. They formed a relationship that has lasted until today through many generations of puppies. With every litter of puppies, distinct traits would pop up. For example, a different color, floppy ears, larger muscles, or even a little more protective. Over time, as humans chose genetic traits conducive to the settlement and farm lifestyle, physical and behavioral changes took shape. And thus, the process of canine breeding was established.
A purebred dog, by definition, is the progeny of two parents of the same breed. The American Kennel Club, it has to be 5 generations of purebred genetics before they'll consider accepting a breed.
Okay, so Elfi may not be an American Kennel Club defined purebred, but she's definitely still a breed. If breeding is just taking 2 like dogs, well, then Elfi has floppy ears from mom and dad, she has a white coat from mom and dad, she definitely has dew claws like mom and dad. Technically, she's a purebred piradoodle. She just happens to be one of the few of her kind. In fact, the concept of purebreeding really didn't begin until the dawn of the Industrial Revolution. People were no longer breeding dogs for specific tasks, but rather for unique looks. Early formed kennel clubs established rigid guidelines for breeds, so that dogs of a certain type were only allowed to breed with similar types. Having gained prestige, these dogs became royalty among the packs, and thus more popular. This popular breeding, if you will, has spread a variety of shapes, sizes, and temperaments across the dog world, but along with them have come severe physical and behavioral deformities.
The bulldog comes to mind. Their inability to move, they can't breathe. This breed can barely breed in a natural manner. Most of them are artificially inseminated. Almost every litter needs to be delivered by C-section. These heads are too big. We've created this. And without our intervention, this breed could not survive in the state that it's in. Chihuahuas actually had a job. They were actually bred to be ratters. The head is rounded. The fontanelle, or the soft spot, doesn't close over. You can actually feel the brain there, and the chances of trauma are increased considerably. There's no room for the teeth to push the baby teeth out of the way, so you'll have retained baby teeth. And sometimes you'll have 2 rows of teeth. One of the biggest problems that we've created with it are temperament issues. We've bred for little. We've bred for cute. We did not breed for stable.
Okay, hold on. Everyone knows small dogs are in pretty bad shape. That's pretty obvious. But what about your more hardy breeds, like the German Shepherd, for example? Small dogs aren't exactly the best ambassador when talking about dog
German
breeding.
Shepherds, we have also come close to destroying that breed. When the breed was first started, they were bred foursquare. What we have done is create an orthopedic nightmare. Its back is so sloped. Their back legs are so long they cannot stand with them properly under them. Lumbar issues, lower back issues, elbow dysplasia. It became quantity over quality, and extreme is unique. So in the process of catering to public demand, we started creating our own mistake.
Actually, if you look down the list, it seems that every single breed has at least one hereditary problem or another. Even more spooky is that some hereditary issues span across multiple breeds. For example, hip dysplasia in large dogs, or deafness among white ones.
No. No. Hey, no. 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 Hey, no. 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 Hey, bud, come here. No. There you are. Hey, buddy, come here. Oh, good job. There you go. That was perfect. You did perfect. Good job.
If we continue going where we're going now with them and tweaking these breeds to cater to the public, we're doing them a disservice. If we look at what they were bred to do and going back to breeding them for those specific things, meaning structurally changing them to be able to do their job again, then they would be better off.
There are many working dog breeds still around today that were bred with a purpose other than to look pretty. Sounds like a good reason to breed a dog, right? Well, like I said before, genetics are hit and miss, and when you're playing with recessive genes, the cards are stacked against you.
So originally we started to breed dogs for a purpose, and the dogs that we kept around were around because they were served a use to the humans in the community. So your pit bulls are a classic example. It's a love-hate relationship with that breed, and they were bred for a purpose a long time ago. On the farm, they wanted that tenacity to control an unruly bull. At the same time, they wanted it to be a protector of family and all that kind of stuff. They were kind of an all-around type of dog.
Today, pit bulls are rarely used on farms, and with no bull ankles to chew on, these breeds can get themselves into some trouble. In 2014, pit bulls caused the majority of recorded canine bite fatalities in the US. However, The number of pit bulls that attacked people is considerably small compared to the number of pit bulls that exist.
I think the big misconceptions is that there is the people aggressive part of things. A pit bull or a fighting breed dog don't have a lot of what would I consider human aggression. They also tend to have a lot of really good, what we consider bite inhibition. They usually know what they're putting their mouths on. Compared to a dog like a lab or something who's very mouthy and they're putting their mouths on everything and biting a lot. And I've been doing evaluations for 10 years. I can't say that, per capita that I've met more family-friendly golden retrievers than I have pit bulls.
Behavioral genetics are only part of an equation. Combined with experiences and environment, we can really see why a dog behaves the way it does. Take Elfi, for example. She has poodle in her, and because of that, she is genetically predisposed at having a lack of bite inhibition. To make matters worse, she also has Pyrenees in her, which makes her very protective of her household. Armed with that knowledge, I took to spending time with her, training her, and socializing her. Despite bloodlines thick with mouthy guard dogs, Elfi certainly breaks the mold. Well, almost. The point is that it doesn't matter if Elfi was this dog, or even this dog. Despite her predispositions, she could still be trained if started at a young enough age.
There's breed traits of how they might act and blah, 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 but you still have to look at the individual. You gotta say, well, how do they handle these things? And when you talk to a good breeder and when you talk to an animal shelter, that's how they should be approaching it. Even a good breeder is like, okay, it is this kind of dog. Now tell me about it. What's it like? What kind of life has it had? Because they understand the importance of paying attention to genetics and paying attention to the environment the animal's raised in.
When I was looking for a dog, I made a list and chose breeds that fit that list from a physical and behavioral perspective. I then went out and purchased a dog. She has played an important role in my discovery of the world of breeding. Every funny thing she does, every question that she arouses, sends me down the rabbit hole. Knowing what I now know, I would have carried this list into a shelter and had someone direct me to a good dog that fits my description, be it a purebred, a mixed breed, or a mutt alike. Had I done that, though, I wouldn't have Elfi.